There we go.
Okay, welcome everybody to Diamond Zone. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. We are excited about this weekend. We're going to have a great weekend with got confirmation that Chad and Atita will be in attendance. And of course, we have our group out here. That's we're going to pack the house, expecting about 250 people. So that should be exciting, right? And you know, I always talk about that we've yet to do a live meeting. And so this is the first live meeting that we've done with a group setting in 5 months. And that should be encouraging for everybody that's around the country. It's amazing what's been happening with just three-way calls, sending out that video, and of course doing our Zoom meetings. So today we'll be doing the Zoom meeting every day, 10 and 6, as you guys know. Today, tomorrow, and Saturday, I will be hosting those. But in between, you guys are keeping us busy with these launch calls. And I want to talk a little bit about the launch calls and the importance of follow-up on those launch calls. But tomorrow, I want you guys to be prepared. Tomorrow, we're going to do it, keep that theme, Open Mic Friday. So I'd like people to be prepared to share, something that that happened that was unbelievably exciting for you this week, right? And also something that wasn't so exciting. So we used to call it at dinner, what was that, Lisa, we used to call it? High-low. At dinner table, we used to have me and Lisa and our two daughters, and we would say, okay, what's your high today? What's your low today? So what's your high this week, and what was your low? Because I'm a firm believer that we all can learn from each other, because if we all are taking this journey, trust me, we're all going through the same stuff. And it's good to hear, right, all the different things that are happening within people's businesses. And I do believe we learn a lot more from something bad than we did something good. And when you understand that, okay, it allows you to keep moving forward. That's always the goal. Is to keep people in the game, right, moving forward so they can accomplish their goals. So first thing I want to talk about is that really the key to success in this business. And I was thinking about it because, I tell my story every day, okay? And if you put me on a three-way call, you now understand, okay, the magic is really not answering people's questions. Okay, a lot of you should be shaking your head. When I'm on a call, what do I do? Because here's how sometimes I'm invited on a call. They'll edify me. They'll say that this Jeff's a 24-year veteran, multi-million-dollar earner, and then this person will introduce me to the prospect. And they'll talk a little bit about the prospect and said, well, Jeff's here to answer your questions. And then I'll just let this person talk. Okay, yesterday a person talked for 35 minutes, nonstop. And I just sat there and listened. And during this 35 minutes, he was asking, in between some of the things he was talking about, questions that he had, mostly on the product. And then he finally said, okay, I'll stop talking now. This is what normally happens in a three-way call. And he said, tell me about the business. I never tell them about the business. You know what I do? I tell my story. I tell my story about my background, how we made a decision to get involved in network marketing, how we were successful and have been, and made a decision to move over, why we made a decision to move over to World Global Network. And it is amazing. I did yesterday 11 three-way calls, and we did 4 launch calls. Never once that I addressed one of their questions. Never once. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because we think we have to answer everybody's questions. Do you understand in most cases the questions that they have, okay, really have no bearing on their decision? They're just trying to think of something to talk about so they don't sound dumb. So where does most people take conversations? I want you guys to think about this, because we have to keep this thing balanced. Where most people take a conversation, always, normally, is where? The product. Okay, how many times have you addressed products? Well, tell me about your product. How does it work? And this is what happens, and here's why people go there. It's no fault on their end. It's only a fault on our end if we think we have to address it. Because here's what happens. The product is tangible, right? You could touch it, you could feel it, you could see it, right? You could get your heart rate. So the last thing we want people to become here is a product expert. I should unmute everybody, and for the people who have done a three-way call with me, when they ask me about the product, what is my response? You got it. I just read Spencer's lips. I don't know. I am not that person. I want you guys to embrace this. Honesty and transparency. Do not try to portray yourself as a product expert. First of all, it makes no sense. One day I'm the vice president of Bally's. I'm in health clubs. Now I'm an expert in technology? No, I don't know. Do you think I knew how every piece of equipment worked? No, I knew if you went on there and followed the directions, it worked. So first of all, I'm always very, very transparent with people. So don't represent yourself as a product expert, okay? Because what happens is the conversation starts to go somewhere that is the abyss. Because you'll never, ever win that argument. You'll never win that conversation. First of all, it's not even winning. Right, you just find yourself trying to say something intelligent. I don't try to be intelligent because I'm not when it comes to technology. So I tell people, I don't know. Okay, and that's for sure. You guys know that. Now, this was from my old company where we used to sell ingredients. Okay, see, this you could relate to any one of our businesses. See, I was involved in supplements. So people would say this. Well, before I put anything in my body, I have to know what's in it. As a person has a pack of cigarettes and is drinking a Diet Coke, right? I have to make sure before I put anything in this body, and they're 500 pounds overweight, right? But when it came to nutrition, what's in it? How does it work? And so many people went down that path. Well, I'm finding that here too. Do you know how it works? How does it exactly read your blood pressure? Really? How does it exactly read your blood pressure? How does it know how many beats your heart is beating? How does it do I had this yesterday. How does it do an EKG? Now, this might be hard for some of you, but I'm telling you, you disarm them when you simply say, I don't know. That's not my business. I know our product is powered by Toshiba. I know that research has been done. So I don't go there because you know what happens when you go here? You're completely out of balance. And what's going to happen is you're just going to be in the buying and selling business. Okay, that's not my business. I'm not here to buy and sell product. Do you guys want to buy 500 Helos every month and sell them? That's not our business. But I will tell you, this is where people are going to try to take you. Okay, and I understand it. I know why they go there. And here's why I know they go there. I went there because I just thought, let's talk about the products. Because very few people know how to talk about an opportunity. Right, so we have to be the ones, right, that are leading the conversation. Now, I said that to say that when I'm on a three-way call or I'm on these launch calls and people go down this road of product, here's one of the things I want you guys to understand, okay? And this is what I've been doing lately. One of the things that people go down when it comes to products is, how do I know that Apple is not going to have the same features as the Hilo? How do I know Samsung is not going to have the same features as Hilo? Now, here's what I'm telling everybody. They absolutely will. Do you really believe Apple, who does $250 billion a year, won't have access to the same thing we have access to? Of course they will. And I'm watching people just be totally disarmed. But you know what? Here's the good news. We're first to market. But they will have similar devices. Absolutely. Are we going to be the only ones that have blood glucose? No. No, we're not. But we're going to be the one that has an opportunity attached to it. Does this make sense, guys? Do you think when McDonald's got big, they said, okay, this is horrible. Burger King just joined us. Oh my gosh, we got to get out of this business because here comes Jack in the Box and Carl's Jr. No. You can understand, we're not looking to capture 100% of the market. If we capture 1% of the market on one feature of one of our products, we're a $2 billion company. And we all share in that revenue. Now think about that. Does it really matter? But see, we get all caught up in this. Is it patented? How many things are patented but are still copied in just a different way? Nothing's going to be new here. What I love about this, and you guys have heard me tell the story, the reason I loved World Global Network and the reason we left our company after 16 years is because we are first to market wearable technology in network marketing. Now, here's the other thing. Does that mean other network marketing companies that might start up won't have wearable technology? No. But remember, I lived in an industry for 24 years where there were 375 other nutritional supplement companies. And everybody had a weight loss product. Did it stop us from making millions? I want to get your head right because this is how you talk to people. You're very upfront and you're honest. And they go, oh. But let me tell you what I'm excited about. I'm excited about the opportunity attached to this product. We're first to market. And we have an 18-month window, right, to build our base. Because we really believe it's going to take about 12 to 18 months if anybody decides to jump in here with us. And you know what? Let's say everybody's equal. Let's say everybody has similar products. What separates your product from all the rest? Let's say another network marketing company does come into play and they have a similar product. Are we out of business? Come on. What separates us? I'm going to tell you what's always going to separate us. Us. Why are you there? I'm here. That's why this company's better. We're here. We're all building this together. You see how you answer people's questions? You just look at them. And you know what they do? Oh, okay. But when you start to explain all these different things, well, I don't know. This is patented. And this is this, and that's this. And I don't think we're going to have any competition. No. Yes, we will. And I go back and say the same thing again. Do you really think these other companies that are multi-billion-dollar companies aren't going to have similar features? But it doesn't matter. I promise you it won't make one difference. Not one. Because I'm offering people, okay, a way to earn money. Now, obviously, you don't want to get out of balance on the product side. Now, when I say out of balance, I mean conversation out of balance. And then on the reverse side, you don't want to get out of balance on the opportunity side. Because now all you're talking about is money, 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 and the product has no value. Be careful there. I don't really believe very many people are out of balance. Let me tell you who gets out of balance on the opportunity side. Seasoned network marketers. All they're talking about is what? Right? Getting in, positioning, don't worry about the product. Okay, mass recruiting, no training, no follow-up.
Quit already. Like, fuck.
Hang on, let me unmute or mute everybody. How do people unmute themselves when I have them muted? That's weird. Okay. So this is where a lot of people will go, guys. You just want to make sure that you stay even. This is a balanced program. Okay. Yes, we've entered into wearable technology. We got a great product, and we have a business attached to that product. Keep it even. But I want to share with you, that's how I've been addressing when I get on these three-way calls, or I'm even talking to people. I'm just very, very upfront about it. And some people have said, thank you for being honest. Okay, now, that's just what it is, because I want it, when you're transparent, there's nothing to think about on how to cover your tracks. Right? Just be very, 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 very honest. But here's what I want you to be honest about. Be honest about why you're doing this. This is where this is where I tell my story, guys. And I know some of you are sick of hearing it, but don't think you have to answer everybody's questions. You don't. I'm telling you, when I tell that story, my story, you got to have your story. Okay, your story is, right, what you're doing today and why you're doing this, and what you see into the future. And when I lay that out, and then I say, here's what we're looking for, I'm looking for people that want to make a change. And I always ask this question: what are you looking to get out of this? Do you have a current situation? Can you tell me about your current situation? I had a guy yesterday, did a call from Canada, and the guy said, I'm doing something right now that requires me to leave home for 30 days at a time. And it's horrible. Every 30 days, I sign another contract. And when I sign this contract, I have to go away for 30 days. And I'm making good money, but I'm missing my kids. I'm not even seeing them grow up anymore. He goes, I would love to replace that. This is the guy that started the conversation wanting to know everything about the product. And I just simply asked him that question. And you watched how he just opened up. He started telling me everything wrong with his situation. I said, what would you need? What would you need not to sign the next 30-day contract? You want to know the answer? He said, Jeff, if I can make $6,000 a month, I would not have to sign that contract. He goes, it's not what I want, but it would give me flexibility to focus in on building this. He just gave me the answer, did he not? I said, well, let me tell you, our initial business plan is to help you make $2,000 a week. I want you to listen to my words. Business plan. I don't say he's going to earn $2,000 a week. I'm going to show you a business plan. Do you guys know that business plan? How much does a diamond do per pay cycle? No less than $10,000 per pay cycle, right? So if that person requalified diamond every week, would that not be $2,000 a week? He said, can you show me how to do that? And now all the questions, every single question he had technically about the product never came up again. Why? Because I want to find out, is me telling him about the technology of Helo going to get him to $2,000 a week? Of course it's not. Absolutely it's not. So then I took that, I said, here's how we're going to do it. I said, tell me about your sphere of influence. And he told me about different network marketing companies he was involved with. I said, what we're going to do is we're going to put together a launch call. I go, if I personally did this launch call for you, how many people can you get on that call? He said, no less than 25. I said, this is how we're going to launch your business. So I hung up with the guy. told him to get started. He was actually already in. He was actually already, but they were just sitting there doing nothing. And now we have a plan moving forward. I want you to understand the power of listening, guys, and leading the conversation to where you want to lead it. And I'm always going to lead the conversation to where their hot button is. His was, I'm sick and tired of traveling and not seeing my family. So I had to share with him, yes, our product is great. I'm not that guy. Here's who I am. I'm here to help you change whatever it is you want to change. And it's conviction and it's belief and it's being very, very, very upfront and transparent with people. Now, that's how you keep your business in balance. Okay, now here's the other thing. All these calls we're doing, all these launches we're doing, what I do on these calls and what I want you guys to do if you're pulled into these calls, you're just giving direction. All we're going to do is give direction to people. They have to now do it. I did a call with Fran yesterday, and I gave him very specific direction. He said he was going to go do. Now, I'm not going to walk him through the website and make sure he puts his credit card down. I'm not doing that. Fran has to be the one, and I know she is, that does that follow-up to make sure, right, he does what he says he's going to do. But let me ask you, can she really make sure? All you can do, guys, is give people direction. It's all you can do. But I'm telling you, it's important to do that follow-up with people. The money, as you know, is in the follow-up in this business. That's where it's at. And so when you have that person and that person does do it, now we have to move very quickly because they did what they say they were going to do. It's amazing. Isn't this business amazing of how many people don't do what they say they're going to do? You think you know people, right? You don't know. You really don't know people. And it's amazing how all of a sudden they hide. All of a sudden there's all these diseases and people are dying as their excuses. Okay, it's amazing. But it doesn't make a difference. You just have to be focused in on what you need to do in order to build your business. So that's the Balance program. And I want to touch on this today because there were so many things that we did yesterday. And I will tell you, on every call or on every three-way call, the first place they try to take me, and this always has been for 24 years, is the product side. That's the first place they try to take me. And when I disarm them, it allows me then to get them to open up. But I want you guys now, some of you are at a point in your career, you should be doing your three-way calls, right, with your people. And the three-way call is just asking questions and letting them talk for the first however long they want to talk. And you got to listen to what they're really saying. And most of all, what they're really saying is, I need an opportunity. But without saying that, they hide behind, I have to know about the product first. Okay, believe me, no one who buys a McDonald's franchise, okay, is asking what's in the hamburger. Because if they did, they would never buy the hamburger. Okay, believe me. Okay, can you imagine? Here's my $1.2 million. What's in that again? Oy, people really buy this stuff? Yes. When you eat a hamburger here or in France, it's the same indigestion. We're consistent. Okay, so don't let it go down that road. Okay, now the other thing I want to talk about today is, what was the other thing I had? And I went there a little bit yesterday about the key to your success in this industry is really making that final decision. Making that decision to do it. It's do it to do it. It's making that final decision where you have to make this work. Now, let me give you a little tip on what worked for us or for me. When I left Bally's, Okay, I still had, a lot of you've heard this story before. We still had money to pull from to maintain our lifestyle. So when I initially left Bally's, I didn't burn the boat. We pulled from credit cards. This I did. Lisa didn't. Lisa was working the business. I pulled from credit cards, home equity lines, and my severance package before I finally went to work. In other words, I just didn't get involved and go, I have to make this work. I still had money to pull from. And then when the credit cards were maxed, the home equity line of credit was gone, and my severance package was depleted, I had to make this work. Because now, at that point, to deplete all that was about a year. I'm just telling you what happened. And now my back is against the wall. And now I had to make it work because I got a taste of not working for a year. And the thing that scared me the most was going back and getting another job. It's funny how sometimes when you're put up against the wall, okay, how differently you work the business. In other words, I really didn't have any desire. I wasn't willing to do whatever it takes. Because if given a choice to work hard or to be lazy, what would most people choose? Well, I won't go there. That's political. Okay? So that's how most people live. So here's my suggestion. Because some of you may not be willing to burn the boat, which means you're quitting your job and you have to make this work. I get that. In fact, I train against it. I had a conversation with somebody just the other day who's in the organization, and she said, Jeff, how did you make that final decision? I'm there. I said, you make that final decision when you're done asking me. That's when you know, right? When you were still asking me, you're not sure. I gave her my advice. I said, but here's the deal. Here's what I would do. And I'm gonna give everybody this tip. Pick something. Pick something you have to pay with your World Global Network business. I want you to go through all your bills. This may focus you to be really serious about this if you do what I'm telling you. What bill can you pick, or 2 bills, or 3 bills, that if you did not make it through World Global Network, that bill doesn't get paid? I promise you, if you hold to it, you'll work differently. Let me ask you a question. In what you do right now, if you have a bad month or something happens and you don't have enough money to pay certain things, what happens? Don't some things go without being paid and you juggle? Tell me I'm not the only one that's juggled. Uh-oh, can't afford that. That has to wait. I got to pay this. That's how you got to treat this. That's the same way if you want to take it seriously. So pick one bill. How much is it? So let's just say you say, I want to take care of my 2 car payments. And that totals $775 a month. You must make that $775 through World Global Network. Otherwise, those 2 bills don't get paid. This is how we did it. It started off with Lisa covering the grocery bill. That was our initial goal, $1,000 a month. You want to do another thing? Figure out how much money you spend on food a month. I'm telling you, you're going to shake your head. One of our biggest expenses is food. Okay. Number 2 then, after she covered that, she goes, okay, now I'm going to cover the grocery bill and 1 car payment. This is how she held herself accountable. Because remember, I'm working now. Then it became the grocery bill and both car payments. Then it became the grocery bill, both car payments, and the mortgage. Then she said, I want to cover all that and I want to replace your income. 2 years. But you see how she held herself accountable? And that's exactly what she did. It made her go to work. If you're just going to work, oh, I love World Global Network, you work differently when you have to make it work. Well, if you're not willing to burn the boat, which means you just do this full time, you got to pick certain things that need to be paid with this business. If you try that, I'm telling you, you will see yourself holding yourself accountable to your daily activity plan, to making sure you're filling up your funnel, to making sure that follow-up is done. Oh, I talked to that person. I'll follow up later. Well, wait a minute. I got to make that car payment. Maybe I'll follow up right away. Am I not right? Don't you work differently when you have to make something work? This is how you have to figure it out, guys. It's a head game. That's what this is. It's a total head game. But I know why I got up and went to work every day for 14 hours. I had a lifestyle. We create a lifestyle for ourselves. And I like that lifestyle. And then all of a sudden, when corporate downsizing hit for me, there was a gap. And that gap was about $3,000 a month that I was no longer making. But my lifestyle said I needed the $3,000. That's when Lisa said, I got to do something. And that's when she got involved in network marketing. She had a need. Well, this is the same thing. See, when you treat this like a regular business and when you treat this like a regular job, it pays way more than you're worth. But there's that decision that people make. That's why I do these calls every day. You never know when people finally make that decision to go, you know what? I'm doing this. Maybe today someone says, you're right now, I just got another person committed. That's all we try to do. Okay, get people to understand the big picture of this. This is way bigger than wearable technology. This is way bigger than anything you will ever do when you understand it. All you're doing is building a consumer base of people. And from this group, you're going to look for some key individuals, right, that want to do it seriously. And if you have 5 to 8 serious people, you can't spend the money. But who's got to be the first serious person? You do. People say, I want leaders to join my business. Okay. You know why leaders join businesses? Because they feel comfortable with another leader. They say, well, I want to be part of that team. That's a serious team. And so right now what you're doing is, until you get to a point in your business where you do burn the boat, okay, you're leveraging other people's belief. See the journey? So see if that doesn't help you. Okay, just try to do that. Okay, and I would love people tomorrow. Okay, if maybe that's one of the things you can share. I made a decision, and here's my commitment. I will cover this with my business. Here's the amount I must earn here. Okay, maybe that's something you can share. Because I think once you say it, okay, and you really put that bill aside, and now it's the last week, right? And you're going, oh my gosh, I'm $600 short. I got to make $600. Watch how you work. That's everything. Okay, so guys, I don't want to go too long today, say 40 minutes. Let me just do this. I'm going to unmute. I should say this for tomorrow, but anybody have anything to add? Wait. Use your chat button. If anybody has anything. Cindy, are you dialing me? Okay, hang on.
No, chat.
Well, yeah, that's a head game. Okay. Spencer, you there? Who's there? All right, this has been recorded. We're only going to go 40 minutes, but tomorrow, let's be prepared for Open Mic Friday. Okay, it's about to get real. There's Anne Marie.
Can you hear me, Jeff?
Yeah, I can hear you, Cindy. Go ahead.
It's quicker than trying to type this to you.
Yeah.
Are you available for any launch calls for us in Canada?
Oh, of course. I did 3 for Canada yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, great.
And he's
Yes.
awesome on the calls, trust me.
So,
By the way,
Well, I
Jeff,
did say,
just
Go ahead,
feedback, Jeff. Jeff is doing well. He's on fire. He's working hard. Jeff
So
and
Spencer.
Jeff. Remember Jeff and Jeff?
no.
Yeah, the Jeff, the phys ed trainer. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Good.
He's on fire. Some feedback to you. He's on fire. Thanks.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
No, but guys, remember, here's the other thing. I'm glad you reminded me, Cindy. I want to define a launch call, okay? If I'm bringing somebody in, if I'm going to launch them, it's because I believe, and this should be a 3-way call first before you schedule it. Schedule a 3-way call with me. I want to ask some specific questions. And don't take this the wrong way. I'm not interested, guys, in doing a launch call for 1 or 2 people. You guys could do that. They could get on the regular calls at 10 and 6. You know what I mean? A launch call is somebody with influence that could put 15 to 20 people on a call. Do you see the difference? And we'll do 3-way calls all day long, but I'm not going to launch somebody that puts 1 person there. First of all, that person knows there's only 1 person there, so it doesn't create any excitement. You know, when they see the roster. So that's a 3-way call. Don't just say you're going to launch somebody. Let's do a 3-way call. Let me determine if this person is somebody that really can launch. Like the guy yesterday I talked to you all about. Okay, he said, listen, I know without a doubt, I have 150 people I'm going to reach out to that are close to me, and I know without a doubt we'll put 30 people on. And I knew he was thinking right. He didn't say 150. He knows the numbers. Let me tell you the numbers, by the way. Okay, whatever you invite, cut it in half and cut it in half again, and that's usually what shows. So if you say, how am I going to have? How many people? 20. Here's what I do. 20, 10, 5. Boom. I'm going to have 10 people on. 10, 5, 2.5. 2.5 people show up. Okay? It's a guy just like a stump. Okay? Always. It's like 2.5 people show up. It's amazing how that works. But this guy said, I have 150. I'll put 30 on the call. So there's the answer, Cindy. So do 3-way call first, and absolutely we launch Canada. Are you kidding me? Okay.
okay, thank you.
I love learning this, and we will have fun with it. Yes, we will. Is that Shaylisa? Of course. Of course it's Shaylisa. Okay. All right, guys. I'm done. Papa's going. I got to eat something. I got to do this call at 10. Thank you, guys.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.